Hello, I'm Loda Smits for the Finance News Network, and joining me from the Antares Australian Equities Fund is Portfolio Manager Glenn Hart. Glenn, welcome back to FNN.
Thank you.
The fund prides itself on being bottom-up stock pickers. What does this mean in terms of your day-to-day approach?
We tend to look at companies in depth and do our own individual research, value the cash flows of the companies. So when we do that, we tend to find that stocks that are undervalued on our numbers tend to be unloved and therefore very unpopular in the market. So our day-to-day approach really is, when you're doing the individual stock work, you find you've got to follow your process, identify the undervaluations and then invest accordingly, which often means you're investing in unpopular situation stocks.
The fund is also focused on behaving in a selectively contrarian way. Could you give us an example of this approach?
So being selectively contrarian means that you have to have the courage of your conviction. So the work that we do on the stocks, we identify the valuations and all the factors. We value stocks in a very holistic way, and then even if the stock is unpopular, if you've got a really big discount to valuation, that gives you the margin for error that you're really looking for. And that's the whole idea of trying to buy stocks cheaply, is to give yourself a bit of margin for error. And that really is the benefit of being contrarian. That normally you can only find stocks like that are unpopular for a reason. So the skill is, using our philosophy, is to try and identify where companies are sold off for permanent or non-permanent reasons.
So Glenn, how did the fund perform over the September quarter, and what were the drivers behind your result?
The fund's had a good year to date. It's performed about 3.9% against the market 2.4%. So a number of the types of stocks that I spoke about which were significantly undervalued last year, the market has decided to look at in a different light this year, and we've reaped the benefits of that.
Excellent. And last time we spoke, the fund was overweight energy. What is your outlook for the sector now?
Energy's had a very poor quarter, with the oil price falling significantly. We believe now that we're close to the end of the seasonally weak period in oil, which we're in October. So there are a lot of refineries have been out, which have not been, therefore the demand for oil crude has been lower. So we think into the November, December, that you'll see a little bit of strength come back, which should stabilise the oil price. And the stocks that we're invested in the sector, we're invested in for organic growth. So it wasn't a play on the oil price, it was a play on new projects generating cash flow. So the fall in the oil price has given us the opportunity to increase our position in some of those stocks.
Very good. And finally, Glenn, which other sectors are looking attractive to you, or which may you be steering away from?
The recent sell-off in the market has somewhat tiered the market, and that is defensive type stocks have held up quite well and looking quite fully valued, and there have been a number of more cyclical type stocks which have been sold off more heavily. So that's what we're looking to recycle money out of fully valued positions into stocks with more upside, give us more margin for error.
Glenn Hart, thank you for the update from Antares Australian Equities Fund.
Thank you.